Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, right? So far, we know that Destined Rivals, our next set, releasing on May 29th in Pokemon TCG Live, will include Ethan, Cynthia's, Misty's, and Arven's Pokemon. Ethan can be played two different ways, either by focusing on Macargo with Ho-Oh EX or Typhlosion with Ethan's Adventure. And Cynthia's Garchomp EX can easily get it up to 400 hit points while also hitting big numbers with Spiritomb. Basically, both of these trainers have a really strong chance to impact the meta. As for Misty, it's too early to tell if her Pokemon are good, as it all depends on how many she gets. If Misty gets 8 to 10, then Gyarados could be playable. If not, well, at least she tried. Then there's Arven. Thanks to a new reveal in Japan, we know about his Pokemon. And unfortunately, they're all kinda pathetic. His headlining card is Arven's Mabosstiff EX, except it's not making anyone's boss stiff. Like, this is starter deck levels of bad. For 1 colorless energy, Arven's Mabosstiff does 30 damage. But if it's undamaged and moisturized, that goes up to 150, which is still a not great number. Then for 3 colorless energy, it does 210 damage, but can't use that attack again the following turn, unless of course it switches out of the active. Typically, this is where I'd make some childish joke about the card making Maboss flaccid, but this is a mature channel for mature adults created by a mature man looking for mature women in my area. So instead, I'll cut through the chaff like it's a sandwich with rock-hard bread. There is no saving grace for Arven's Pokemon. While something like Hop Zacian EX coming and Journey together next month isn't amazing on its own, the additions of Hop's Choice Band, Hop Snorlax, and Postwick make it super playable. Arven doesn't have that. Maybe they're saving some crazy card reveal for next week, but I highly doubt it. For now, all we know about is his Greedent and his Sandwich. Arven's Sandwich heals 100 damage from one of his Pokemon, while Arven's Greedent can go dumpster diving and recover 2 sandwiches from the discard pile. If Mabosstiff EX had an ability that increased its hit points by 100 like Wigglytuff EX, then you could play a super tanky deck denying KOs. I'll hold out hope for a busted tool card for Arven's Pokemon, and make sure you're subscribed so you can hear me blab about it if it is, but I think even then, Arven will be the worst trainer this year. I mean, compare his Mabosstiff EX to the currently available Mabosstiff EX, which no one has ever used. Sure, Arven's can do more damage with the first attack, but the power levels aren't too far apart. Yet the old one is a throwaway promo, while Arven's is a headlining trainer's Pokemon EX. Realistically, the only saving grace of Arven's Pokemon is this Mabosstiff art, where it's trying to be a good boy and hold in a fart, but it sweets out and now the dog goes sad. Like that fart, a couple other Destined Rivals cards have been squeezed out recently, including Zeraora and Rotom. This Rotom's effectively a reprint of Pachirisu from Brilliant Stars, dealing 30 damage times the number of tools attached to all of your Pokemon. Except when Rotom comes out, Honchkrow V will have long since rotated, meaning you have to rely on Revavroom EX. The main strength of Pachirisu as a rogue deck was only having basics. Requiring multiple stage 1s is cumbersome. Plus, we're losing double turbo energy with rotation, so Rotom has to use Electric Generator. Overall, the card isn't bad, it's just worse than Pachirisu, which barely saw any play as it is. Zeraora, meanwhile, has some viability. For 3 lightning energy, it snipes 210 to a bench Pokemon EX. Manaphy is gone in the next format, so that's great. Put it in a deck with Electric Generator or Slowcane, now you have someone who can one-shot a Pheasantipity or Squawkabilly chillin' on the bench. The problem is those stupid Terra Pokemon. They have a built-in bench barrier, so if they're playing Dragapult EX and don't have any other Pokemon EX in play, Zeraora is useless. Elsewhere, another Destined Rivals leak has appeared in the form of badges for Latin America's Gamescom event. PokeBeach always speculated that Japan's Glory of Team Rocket set would be included in Destined Rivals, and this confirms it. Each badge represents each pack art for Destined Rivals and appears to leak Rocket's Mewtwo EX, Murkrow, Rattata, Koffing, and Arbok. We're still 3 months away from Destined Rivals, so expect to be drip-fed more details over the next 90+ days. Until then, let me know in the comments if Arven's Pokemon made your boss stiff, or if your boss has to eat blue Skittles in order to get excited for it.